We're coming to you from Alpine Meadows in Tahoe, Northern California. My name is Paul Falworth, and we're here with you today with high-tech gays for a day skiing.
The day looks gorgeous.
Well, in fact, the weather is fantastic. We had about 4 or 5 feet of snow a few days ago, and we had a light dusting, I think, overnight. So it is, conditions are fantastic.
Then we're in for some ski footage.
Yes, in fact, you to the top of the slopes today for a lot of skiing and probably a few wipeouts. So hold on and stay tuned. That was great.
Looks like you guys had a blast.
In fact, the skiing today was excellent. So next time HTG takes to the slopes, I recommend you go with them. This is Paul Falworth with Outlook Video.
Thank you, Paul. We always enjoy your field pieces, though we never know what you're going to come up with next.
And those fine folks from GLAAD, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, are dedicated to exposing and combating negative media images of gays and lesbians. Here's Frederick Parsons from the South Bay chapter of GLAAD with the latest scoop.
Hello, I'm Frederick Parsons from the San Francisco Bay Area chapter of GLAAD, the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. At the end of my report, I'll be giving you some important information, so get your pencil and paper ready. June 28, 1993 will mark the 24th anniversary of the Stonewall riots and the birth of the modern gay rights movement. As this date approaches, gays and lesbians throughout the world are preparing for celebrations of gay pride. These events range from small gatherings to parades involving hundreds of thousands of people. Although these celebrations have historically taken place during the last week of June, many cities stagger their celebrations in order to increase participation. As a result, people have the option of attending multiple events in cities throughout the world. Although gay pride celebrations are highly publicized in the gay media, coverage in the mainstream media is less than adequate. Despite the popularity of such events, most mainstream media refuse to publicize them in advance. As a result, many gays and lesbians don't even find out about the events until after they've taken place. When these events are covered, most mainstream media will focus solely on individuals who meet their preconceived stereotypes. This type of coverage is the direct result of ignorance and homophobia. As members of the gay and lesbian community, we need to take immediate action. Contact your local media to inform them of the upcoming events and educate them about the issues involved. If the mainstream media publicizes other community events, they have an obligation to publicize gay pride events as well. We must demand that these events be publicized in advance and are given the media coverage that they deserve. Any coverage of gay pride should reflect the full diversity of our community, not just the most extreme elements. Until this happens, the community at large will never understand the true meaning of gay pride. For additional information, call GLAAD SFBA in San Francisco at 415-861-4588, in the South Bay at 408-235-0229, or in the East Bay at 510-273-9146. And remember, don't get mad, get glad.
One of the stereotypes that some gay people are working to overcome is that many of them are uninterested in sports and athletics, hence the ball. In fact, there are a wide diversity of sports that are enjoyed by gays and lesbians. Here's Outlook's Patrick Miller to tell us about a national gay tennis tournament. Patrick?
Hello. The 13th annual United States Gay Tennis Open Championships are coming. Players from around the world, as far away as Australia and Europe, will be competing for the coveted trophies of the most prestigious tennis tournament on the gay tennis circuit. This year's event, hosted by the Gay Tennis Federation of San Francisco, promises to be the biggest and best ever. The tournament will be played at the Stanford University Tennis Complex and Golden Gate Park over the Memorial Day weekend. Play will commence Saturday, May 29th and continue through Monday, May 31st. There will be men's and women's divisions as well as mixed doubles. Come out and enjoy the fun in the sun. Besides, who can resist the opportunity to see some hot men and women running around in shorts? For more information about the USGO or the gay tennis circuit, contact Norm Burgos at 415-387-8881. Also, Gay National Volleyball Association will be hosting a tournament Memorial Day weekend in San Jose. For information, contact Chris Cooper at 408-296-5680.
Thanks, Pat. I know our viewers appreciate hearing about all the sporting events of interest to our community. We'd love to have this become a regular spot and maybe get us some footage. And speaking of sports, here's an interview with Ken Davis, who will tell us about the upcoming gay rodeo to be held at San Francisco's Cow Palace. Moo baby. And here's Raymond Hong with the story.
Hi, I'm Raymond Hong with the Artisan's Corner. This month we have Ken Davis from the Golden State Gay Rodeo Association to speak with us. Thank you for coming down.
Hi, thank you.
This May you're competing in this year's gay rodeo. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, well, it's in May. It's the 21st and 22nd to 23rd. The gay rodeo has been around now since 1975 is when it actually got started. It's really great. It's had a kind of a long trail and a hard trail in the beginning, but right now it's worked up to 16 rodeos every year throughout the United States, and that's really been fantastic.
I see. What events are you competing in?
I do some of the fun events, the camp events. They have for people that don't have horses and can't ride rough stock events. They have wild drag race, goat dressing, and steer decorating. And I do steer riding, which is a smaller version of a bull. It's about 900 pounds. And I do bull riding, which is like the best event, the biggest event.
So you're actually riding on this huge, gigantic bull weighing how many pounds?
Oh, about 2,000 pounds.
So what's it like to be on something that big?
It's as mean and as scary as it looks. It's something I wouldn't recommend for everyone, but kind of a childhood fantasy dream for me, and it's coming true.
I see. So what do you have to do to prepare yourself for something as rigorous as this?
Actually, I work out a lot. I ride horses and stuff as much as I can bareback to get myself used to the balance and stuff. And just get on, hold on tight, and grit your teeth real hard and hope you make it. You have to dig in real hard and ride.
Have you been injured?
I almost broke my jaw twice, and now I have a pulled muscle in my leg from this weekend, but that's it.
Oh, I see. And then you mentioned steer decorating.
Steer decorating is just one of the fun events. They let a steer out of a chute on a rope, and one of the two-man team events, one of the people will try to get the rope off the steer's head, and the other one will try to tie a ribbon on its tail. They see who can do it the fastest.
Oh, I see. And so how long does that take to do?
Sometimes 7 seconds, sometimes 20 seconds, different times.
And then there's some events that you compete in drag?
Wild drag race. There's a woman on the team, there's a man on the team, and then there's somebody in drag, can be male or female. And they let a steer out on a rope, and two of you try to control it to a finish line they have drawn. And then the drag person has to jump on its back and ride across. The audience loves that.
So is the person in drag wearing stiletto heels, or?
You can wear anything you want. You have to wear a dress, and you have to wear a wig, and anything else you want to accessorize with, you can.
So what have you worn in the past?
Anything from a French maid's outfit to this past weekend, I came out as Pebbles Flintstone. They love that.
Oh, with sequins.
No sequence.
I see. And what else is happening along with the rodeo?
One of the big events is Carnival West. That's going to be going on all weekend. Also, just dancing. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, the entire weekend you'll be able to dance. They'll all be in the South Hall area of the Cow Palace.
And it's called Kick Up Your Heels.
The dance competition is called Kick Up Your Heels. That's the preliminaries of Saturday, and the competition itself, the finals of Saturday night. So it should be great. We're looking forward to it.
And the coronation?
The coronation is something they're doing for the first time. It's called the Moo Queen. They're picking to kind of reign over the Cow Palace throughout the rodeo event.
I see. And so it's taking place in the San Francisco Cow Palace?
Yes.
And on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of May?
Correct. The rodeo events themselves will be Saturday and Sunday that weekend.
Okay. Well, here's the information and the phone number for the upcoming event, and thank you so much for talking with us.
Oh, thanks a lot for having
And we'll
me.
see you at the rodeo.
I've got the hat. You've got the jacket. Where's Ken? Oh, well. Back to the show.
I love the smell of leather. Well, Digital Queers is a new organization that brings together gays and lesbians who are well connected, technologically speaking. Outlook's Raymond Hong interviewed one of the group's founders in our studio. Raymond?
Thanks, Jeremy. This is Karen Wickre from Digital Queers, who is the current co-chair. Thank you for coming down.
You're welcome.
When was Digital Queers started?
Within the last year, and we really got off the ground just a few months ago at Macworld Expo with a big fundraising party for the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force.
I see. What is the main purpose of Digital Queers?
There are two purposes. One is queer activism through technology. A lot of us working in the high-tech industry have expertise. We're professionals in our businesses, and we want to return the good fortune we have had in the industry back to the community. Our second goal, I think, is professional and social networking.
I see. And you're also here to model the latest fashion from Digital Queers?
The latest fashion and our message.
We're here, we're queer, and we have email. And what are your other shirts?
We have one that says work out, which means work out in the workplace. And our most obscure did double click. And that is both a pun on using a mouse and also the double click of being digital and being queer.
Oh, and it's spelled clique.
Yes.
Oh,
you got it.
How are you different from high-tech gays?
Probably more in the PC arena than in the higher end of computers in terms of what people's jobs are. And because we're directly aligned with the National Gay and Lesbian Task Force, they're our beneficiary group at this point. And that's who we're working with to train them and their grassroots organizations to use PC technology.
I see. So what have you done so far with the Gay Lesbian Task Force?
We have outfitted their offices with a Mac network and just current equipment, which they did not have. They had 8088s. They had a real pathetic situation at their office.
Dinosaur PCs.
Yes, right. So we've given them a whole new, we've given the executive staff PowerBooks. We've put in a network. And we have a pilot project going with 10 of their grassroots groups around the country to get them up to speed so they can talk to each other and do a much better job of getting the word out and doing the kind of resource and outreach work and organizing they do.
I see. Can you talk a little bit about your project on America Online?
Yeah, we are just launching NGLTF Online, which is the task force group forum within the Gay and Lesbian Forum of America Online. And that will have lots of files and folders and downloadable information on all of the task force activities, plus DQ, Digital Queers Online, will be a subset of NGLTF Online. And we picked America Online because it's cheap, it's easy to use for non-PC people, and it's pretty widespread.
I see. Well, thank you so much for coming down to talk with us.
You're welcome.
And I wish you lots of success.
Thank you.
Back to you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Raymond, and to Karen Wickre also from Digital Queers. For more information, you can contact Digital Queers at 584 Castro Street, Suite 150, San Francisco, California, 94114. And we'll be sure and keep our network up and our interfaces ready.
Bennett Marks has been doing political commentary for Outlook for many years. Almost... Oh, I lost my spot. Where am I? Almost as long as the show has been in existence. Bennett has quite a following of viewers, and we don't want anyone to be disappointed. Let's see what he's got going this month. Bennett?
I've been watching the Senate hearings on gays in the military. It's interesting. Even the most conservative senators are willing to admit that gays are just as patriotic as everyone else, that they can do the job required of a soldier, and that many gays have served honorably over the years. But they say we can't have gays serving openly in the military because the straight soldiers will be afraid to take showers with them. The sexual tension will be just overwhelming. Senator Dan Coates, who is leading the anti-gay charge, explained it this way. Look, he said, if we decide that it's okay to put a bunch of people together in a barracks, where some of them are sexually attracted to others of them, then that means we may as well put men and women together in the barracks, and the showers and the latrines, too. And you know we're not going to do that. End of argument. Well, Senator Coates, that analogy might make some sense if we lived in a culture where little girls and little boys were brought up together in an environment of shared facilities, no privacy, and group nudity. And if that were the case, there probably wouldn't be much trouble with military men and women living together in close quarters. Of course, little girls and little boys aren't brought up that way, but little gay boys and little straight boys are, and that makes a difference. A young gay boy in this culture uses the same elementary school bathroom that all the other boys do. As he gets older, he uses the same locker room and the same shower room for gym class. If he goes to college, he may live in an all-male dorm. At the very least, he'll probably get a heterosexual roommate. Believe me, by the time this guy gets to the Army, he's not going to be overwhelmed by the all-male living quarters. He's used to it by then. It's normal. Personally, I think there's a certain amount of male ego fueling this argument. Many straight men will tell you how degrading it is to be admired by a homosexual. But deep down inside, I suspect some of them are a little flattered by the notion that once a gay man sees them in the shower room, he won't be able to control himself. Well, get over it, guys. Most gay men learn to control themselves in straight environments very early on. Otherwise, they get beat up. And anyway, we've seen it all before, and we've seen it again. To coin a phrase, we're here, we're queer, and we're not easily impressed.